Discovered husband of 20 years who passed away recently was unfaithful. Grieving loss of partner of 20 years with little kids discovered infidelity. So I'll clarify. My guy and I met 20 years ago. Through ups and downs as relationships go. Last winter I discovered he was attempting to cheat again. Yes, again I've taken him back many times. I told him this time I'm done. He moved out for a while and eventually came back and we both discussed what we were. We loved each other but we weren't together just living together as a family unit. I told him I couldn't just move forward this time. I was so foolish the times before thinking I could help him because of course I loved him but I also felt bad for him too. So we continued to live together as a family. Taking care of our young children. He always accused me of having someone else but that has never been my top priority. We remained friends and he continued to ask for more chances but I just enjoyed our time as it was. Of course we argued as he wanted to be together again but I couldn't trust him. He also had issues trying to support his family on top of being a pathological liar. I did what I needed to do and that was sustain the home, pay the bills and make life normal as possible for the kiddies. About a month ago he collapsed and died unexpectedly. Of course we were all surprised and sad. I missed having that person to talk to and shuffled through 20 years of memories. He was older than I so I knew he would go before but I assumed when our kids were older. I gave our toddler his phone to play with and I overheard a voicemail from a female saying his name and how much she missed him. I did my investigation, reached out to her and confirmed it all. He had been seeing her. He actually met her years ago and I confronted him then but he of course said I was crazy because she was this and that. But sure enough after his death I found this out. My heart was beating out of my chest. Why? Why couldn't you be honest? I spoke to the girl and she assumed she knew who he was but I surprised her with everything he told her. His same old song and dance. So that's that. I can't yell at him or fight with him. My sadness turned into anger. I want to know why he could never be honest but I know it's too late. I'm still helping my children grieve. My oldest daughter found out by snooping on my phone and she's mad of course. I told her don't be angry and Dad and I were what we were during those times. I know as always I was there for him up until the very end. He was a good guy in many ways but his lies really hurt his character. I truly didn't expect this to hurt so bad. I don't even know how I should feel. I just hate this feeling of anger when my toddler is missing her daddy. All the times of begging me to take him back, go on dates, go away together, telling me I'm his only one and he will never move on. I already had trouble trusting him which is why I didn't want to try again but he was always there with his lies. I called a therapist and made an appointment. I realize I do need to talk to someone. 20 years of supporting a person, even loving them, and even in the end he kept up with the lies. I hate how this hurts. Comment. Think how difficult this would have been if you two hadn't already been on the outs. And I don't just mean discovering his infidelity, but his death too. It allows you to grieve but at a distance, so to speak, which in turn, frees you up emotionally to help your children through the loss. Weirdly enough, given the circumstances, it worked out for the best. Now you turn the page and begin a new chapter in your life. Sorry for what you are going through. You're not alone in this situation. A guy posted a year ago that his wife passed away from being hit by a drunk driver. She was on her way home from her affair partner's house. Her BFF knew about and encouraged her to cheat. Her AP came to her funeral and shook hands with the betrayed husband before he found out about her cheating. Hugs and love. Turn to family and friends for support and help. I think this may be the hardest thing to deal with because, what can you do? You can't yell at him, you can't slap him, you can't divorce him, you can't do anything because he's dead and he's left you with one great big parting gift of crap. I'm so sorry. What I would probably do at this point is try to get it out of my system as much as possible. This may sound crazy to you but it might help. Write out a letter, do it in writing, rather than typing on computer, etc., and write everything you feel about this and your relationship, good and bad, and include all the bad stuff and how this makes you feel. Tell him how angry and hurt you are, put it all in this letter. You could even put in pictures you draw, or you could include an item like a photo or his personal belonging. And then burn it somewhere safe, no fire risk, and bury any ashes. This kind of thing can help free and resolve your feelings, if you put enough into it, and I do believe in the afterlife and that we can on some levels communicate with them. Put everything in there you'd want him to know. It may sound crazy to you on the surface, but rituals like this can be surprisingly effective, especially in situations where there isn't any way to materially resolve an issue, especially with a dead person. It might help to get much of the venom this brings up, out of your system. Good luck. Next story 2. I think boyfriend has been cheating at massage places. This may be long, please bear with me. I and boyfriend have been together 9 months and live together. Pretty early on I noticed some red flags, weird with his phone, and even took it to the shower with him. One day he randomly says he's going to get a massage, I think nothing of it, he comes back, everything seems normal, but it was a little late, 9 p.m. About a month after this he says he has another massage appointment, but this time it's quite far away, 40 minutes, and is about 8 p.m. This time I felt a little weird but didn't say anything. He goes and comes back and everything seems normal. The next day it's still bothering me cause something seemed off, a massage at a business that late in a small town where everything closes at 5 p.m. So I ask for some more clarity the next day and he blows up pretty quickly. It turns into a huge argument, then he admits it wasn't a business but out of her house. That obviously caused more issues because why lie and hide that? He apologized and swore it was nothing to be alarmed about, so we move on. Fast forward to about 2 weeks ago, it's been months since he's gotten a massage due to the arguments it caused. He says his back is hurting and wants to get a massage. I agree. He showers before he leaves and I noticed he shaved everything down there including his behind. I felt uneasy and asked why. He said it's common courtesy to shave before and it tugs on the hairs. I told myself maybe I'm overthinking and dropped it. So he leaves and comes back about 2 minutes later and says he forgot his vape, goes in the room and is super quiet for a minute, then comes out and says he found it and leaves. I didn't feel right, so I went in the room to the drawer he keeps his Viagra pill at. He has it, and it was half open and a pill was missing. There's 10 in a pack and now 9. He came back in to secretly take one before his massage. I call him and confront him and he profusely denies that's what he did and he doesn't know where that pill went. I tell him we're done and he turns around and comes back home. He gets home and we start having a conversation about it and he eventually admits that he takes them before massages because it gives good blood flow to your whole body and not just down there. I also noticed he got cash out the ATM even though he paid for service online. I'm not sure I believe him. I think he has a kink for it and won't admit it. Any advice or suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Tia. Comment. He's at the very least paying for happy endings. If everything is above board, ask for his phone and say that he has to give it to you unlocked right this moment or you're done. His reaction will tell you everything. Next time surprise him and say, hey honey, I'm coming with you so you can relax after the massage and don't have to drive. Or do want to see a cheater lose his composure? Just tell him straight blank that you don't believe him and you would like to look through his phone. He will accuse you of not trusting him, being insecure, invading his privacy. Stay calm and just watch him, getting loud, laughing nervously. Don't curse, don't scream, just remain calm, staring him straight in the eyes as if you're reading the truth. Then tell him calmly, you can tell me the truth or I will find out the truth. Put a pie on him or start your own investigation. Always trust your guts. And like others suggested here, please do an STD test. I'm so sorry op. I don't know why cheaters just stay single so that they can do whatever they want to do instead of breaking the hearts people who love and cares for them. A lot of the massage places are open till 9 o'clock or 9:30. The women who were there work the entire day 7 days a week. I usually offer happy endings, although you don't have to accept it, of course. They usually do not offer more than happy endings. I definitely is common courtesy if you're going to get a massage to trim everything up that would be touched. Just like if you went in to see your podiatrist, you might clean your feet before doing so.